What's up, everyone? So I heard a really awesome analogy today relating weight loss to climbing Mount Everest. It was presented in a podcast episode by Jason Phillips with the Nutritional Coaching Institute, and it got me thinking a lot. So I'm going to kind of talk about that analogy and how weight loss is like climbing Mount Everest, but I'm going to do it in kind of my own way because my thought process went somewhere a little bit differently than he explained it. But he did a real amazing job. It was really thought provoking and insightful. So weight loss and climbing Mount Everest, when you think about it in terms of how you go about accomplishing them, they can be really similar in the things that you need to do to reach your goals, right? So when you're standing at the bottom of Mount Everest and you're getting ready to climb it, it's not just a, kind of a linear journey from bottom to top. You don't just start climbing, reach the peak, and you're done. Hooray, right? No, there's checkpoints along the way. And I'm sure these checkpoints are some really, really magical accomplishments. Like you feel really great about yourself when you reach these checkpoints. So you got your little Sherpa that's helping guide you along the way up the mountain, right? And it's the same with weight loss. A lot of us starting out, it's not just going to be a linear journey. It's not going to be, oh, I'm just going to do these couple of things and then I'm going to be, the peak maybe be like an on-stage bodybuilder winning the Mr. Olympia like Chris Bumstead or something like that. It doesn't happen that easily. It's not that linear. Instead, when you're climbing Mount Everest, there's stops, there's checkpoints along the way. And it's that way with weight loss as well. So if you're standing at the bottom of Mount Everest or you're starting your weight loss journey, you got to plan for that first step. Where's that first checkpoint? What's that first attainable goal? When you're just starting out, if you're somebody that has never dieted before, you're just this overweight person that needs to lose a bunch of weight, where do you start? It's easy, honestly. That's an easy answer. You just need to start with the basics. Move more, eat less. It's that simple. If you have trouble figuring out how to go about doing those things, there's so much information available online. Coaches like myself, we can teach you how to do these things, but you don't need us for the education. All that stuff that we know is easily found on Google nowadays. It's nothing special to know those things anymore. No, the real value of a coach comes from a person being there with you along the way to help cheer you on, to try to keep you accountable whenever you're struggling, things like that. So when you're brand new to the journey, it's real simple. Eat less, move more. How you go about doing those things, that's entirely up to you. Some simple things: make some healthier choices with your food. Stop eating out as much. Cook your food at home. Eat some proteins, eat some vegetables, cut out the sugary drinks. With your move more, it can be as simple as going on some walks every day. You don't have to be in a gym working out, lifting weights. If you like lifting heavy things, do that. Doesn't really matter what program you're doing. Keep it simple. Find something you like doing and do it. Then you got people that maybe they've been trying to do this on their own for a while. Maybe there's someone that's been overweight for a while. They can't stick to anything. And they, need some guidance. It's going to be, different small steps. But the point is, wherever you're starting, wherever the bottom of your Everest is, or wherever you are at on Everest, you're going to have different things you need to do. And when you're at the bottom of the mountain, the things you do specifically don't matter as much. Other than it's more important that you're doing something. Now, the further you get up the mountain, just like when climbing Mount Everest, that first part's going to be pretty easy. Most people can go do that first part of Mount Everest, but with every checkpoint you get to, it's going to get progressively harder and harder. And it's the same with your fitness journey, whatever your goals may be. Maybe you want to be a lean on-stage bodybuilder. Maybe you want to be a top-performing CrossFit athlete. Maybe you want to participate in strongman and compete with Brian Shaw and Eddie Hall. Maybe, I don't know, whatever your goals might be. The further you get along that journey, the more things that are going to matter. what you do is going to matter. So when you're at the bottom, you can simply eat less and move more. As you move up further and further along the line, then you have to start adding in some other things. At some point, maybe you need to start tracking your macronutrients. You need to pay attention to your proteins, fats, and carbohydrates and get a certain number of each in every day. Maybe you need to pay more attention to the way you sleep. That's something that's pretty important for most people and honestly needs to be focused on earlier in your journey. But when you're just starting out and you just need to lose some body fat, you can do that without focusing on your sleep. But as you get further along, it is going to become important. As you continue to move along this journey or up the mountain, maybe you need supplements. Maybe supplements start to actually make a difference, because honestly, for the average person starting out, supplements are going to be a waste of your money. Unless you need something to help you sleep, so maybe a melatonin supplement or something like that, because you've tried everything else and can't seem to get any sleep, so something to help knock you out, things like that. That's about it. You don't need all these other things when you're starting out. Supplements are just a waste of your money. Put that money to better use. So the point is that just focus on the things that you need to focus on for where you're at in your journey. Maybe you are far enough along that you need to focus on those more minute details that are going to give you that slight edge. But I'm willing to bet for the vast majority of us out there, it's not going to matter. It's not. Just do the basics. Stick to the basics. Get to that first, second, third checkpoint on your Everest. And then once you're consistently doing those things and it's easy for you at that point, then start throwing in those other things, those little things here and there, focusing on your supplements or your macronutrients, even your micronutrients if you need to. But that's just my 2 cents for the day. Weight loss is like climbing Mount Everest. And this is all talking about what we call a periodization model, where you break everything up into different periods. So you got a fat loss period, a maintenance period, but I'm not going to bore you with that. Everyone's journey is going to be different, and we all have our struggles. And just remember the basics. You'll get there. Have a great day.